Hey everyone, in case you haven't watched my videos yet, what I'm doing right now is a devotional from the book Chosen by Dallas Jenkins. It's a 40-day devotional, and as I had mentioned before, it's based off of each of his seasons. There's one book per season, but it's pretty good so far. But I'll go ahead and jump in. The title of today's message is Boldness. And the Bible verse is Luke 11:9. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. Andrew was an early adopter of the ask, seek, and knock principle. As far as we know, Andrew was the first of the 12 disciples to ask Jesus for anything. It started the moment that they met, which happened to be right after John the Baptist pointed Jesus out. Andrew was a disciple of John's, so when the guy who'd been preparing the way for the Lamb of God shouted, "Behold, the Lamb of God," John 1:29, Andrew didn't waste any time. He and another of John the Baptist's disciples took off after Jesus. "What do you want?" Jesus asked. They answered with a question, "Where are you staying?" Verse 38. Jesus rewarded their boldness with an invitation to spend the day with him. So they followed him to his place, where Jesus opened the door. In other words, one proverbial knock led to one actual conversation, and they knew they'd found the Messiah. Andrew ran and told his brother Simon, and when Jesus called Simon on a beach, Simon and Andrew dropped everything and ran to follow him. It was a whirlwind game changer of a day that all started with the simple question, "What do you want?" They wanted Jesus. When the ministry was in full swing, a disciple asked Jesus to teach them to pray the way John the Baptist taught his disciples in Luke 11:1. It's not a stretch to assume it was Andrew, the former John the Baptist follower who wasn't shy about asking Jesus for stuff. Jesus again obliged and taught them the Lord's Prayer, then continued with the story about an audacious asker, a guy who knocked on a friend's door at midnight wanting 3 loaves of bread. The friend was in bed and the house was locked, but he got up anyways, not because his friend was asking, Jesus explained, but because of the guy's crazy midnight asking boldness. Jesus punctuated the story with the famous exhortation, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you." Verse 9. Jesus and Andrew's initial exchange is a sweet and simple proof of the seek and find promise. Andrew was bold. He wanted answers, so he asked. He sought after the Messiah, and Jesus opened his door to him and gave him the bread of life. Jesus asks us the same exact question. What do you want? You never know, the answer could entice a whirlwind game changer of a day. Today's prayer focus is be bold. Ask God for wisdom and growth and life change. Then ask him for clarity in areas of life that you're confused about. Questions moving forward. Describe a time that you felt bold in approaching Jesus. What did you ask for? How did he answer you? And how would you answer Jesus' question, "What do you want?" I'm kind of curious about your answer to some of these. I think about it sometimes and how it's talking about, all of Jesus' disciples, when he asked them what they wanted or when he said to follow him, they all immediately stopped what they were doing and ran after him. What would you do if Jesus asked you to follow him? Would you immediately stop what you were doing and go? It's a hard question to ask yourself. But Jesus is always there. Ask and you will receive. Knock and the door will be opened. But that's all that I have for today. I hope you all have a blessed evening, and I will be back on here tomorrow. Thanks.